Imagine living in a palace filled with gold, silk, and endless luxury. But behind those beautiful walls, there's a world of fear, betrayal, and deadly secrets. In today's video, we're rediving into the dark and hidden life of imperial concubines in ancient China world, where a single mistake could cost you, your life, and survival meant outsmarting everyone around you. If you love true historical stories and shocking facts, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. In the heart of ancient China's most majestic palaces, hidden behind golden doors and guarded corridors, existed a secretive and often terrifying world, the Imperial Harem. To outsiders, this inner palace life was a symbol of luxury, power, and refinement. But for the women who lived within it, it could be a life of isolation, fear, and ruthless competition. 1. What was the Imperial Harem? The Imperial Harem, known in Chinese as the Haogong, is a section of the royal palace reserved exclusively for the emperor's wives, concubines, female servants, and eunuchs. These harems could contain hundreds, even thousands of women, depending on the dynasty. At the top stood the empress, the emperor's official wife. Beneath her were a complex hierarchy of concubines, each with her own title, rank, and privileges. But all of them shared a common goal: to earn the emperor's favor. It's becoming a concubine, a path of no return. Girls were often selected for palace service as young as 10 or 12. They came from noble families hoping for political influence or poor families trying to secure a better future. Once selected, they underwent rigorous training in court etiquette, music, poetry, dance, and how to please the emperor. But make no mistake, this was not a fairy tale. Once inside the Forbidden City, or any royal court, these women were no longer free. They could not leave without permission. Many would never again see their families. 3. The harsh rules of harem life. Life in the harem was governed by strict rules. Everything how they dressed, walked, bowed, spoke, was dictated by palace protocol. Punishments for disobedience could be brutal: public beatings, solitary confinement, demotion in rank, or worse, execution. Even small things could get a concubine killed: wearing a forbidden color, using certain perfumes, laughing too loudly, or being accused of witchcraft, which was a common method used by rivals to eliminate each other. 4. Deadly rivalries and jealousy. The emperor's attention was a source of both power and danger. A single night with the emperor could elevate a concubine's status or lead to her destruction. Concubines plotted endlessly to gain favor. Some used beauty, others used bribes, and many resorted to darker methods: sabotage, blackmail, or even poisoning their rivals. Historical records mention numerous mysterious deaths in the harem: concubines found dead under suspicious circumstances, others disappearing without a trace. These incidents were rarely investigated. After all, the emperor's word was law. 5. The terrifying reality of pregnancy for concubines. Becoming pregnant with the emperor's child could be a dream or a nightmare. A son meant a potential future as the mother of a future emperor, but it also meant becoming a political target. Other women, including the empress or rival concubines, might try to eliminate both the mother and the unborn child. There are countless tales of miscarriages caused by poisoned food, herbal teas tampered with by servants, and even forced abortions carried out in secret. Some emperors were so paranoid that they ordered the death of any concubine who became pregnant without their express permission. 6. A life of isolation and control. Concubines were not allowed to leave the palace grounds. Their days were filled with ceremonial duties, etiquette lessons, and endless waiting for a visit from the emperor that might never come. Some women lived in the palace for 40 or 50 years and never once shared a night with the ruler. They were often watched closely by eunuchs, men castrated to ensure loyalty and to eliminate any sexual threat to the emperor's women. But even these eunuchs held incredible power within the palace walls and were often corrupt. 7. Famous examples of suffering. Throughout Chinese history, there are infamous stories of concubines who suffered horrific fates. Consort Zhen, a favorite of Emperor Guangxu, was thrown into a well and drowned on the orders of Empress Dowager Cixi, who feared her influence. Yang Guofei, one of the four beauties of ancient China, was forced to commit suicide during a rebellion, despite her deep love affair with the emperor. Many lesser-known women simply disappeared from history, used, discarded, and forgotten. 8. The harem as a political weapon beyond being a place of romance or indulgence. The harem was deeply political. Emperors used concubines to form alliances with powerful families. The empress and senior concubines could wield real influence over court decisions, and the competition to become the mother of the heir could lead to decades of silent war within the palace. Some empresses and concubines even orchestrated coups, assassinations, and political shifts behind the scenes. The psychological toll. Imagine living in a world where every glance could be misinterpreted, where every gift might be poisoned, and where your worth was tied entirely to the desires of one man. Many women suffered from anxiety, depression, and paranoia. Suicide was not uncommon. Others went mad, confined to small quarters and left to rot in isolation. 10. Legacy and reflection. Today, Chinese dramas and novels often romanticize harem life, filled with elegant dresses, whispered secrets, and forbidden love. But the truth was far darker. The Imperial harem was a gilded prison where women were tools of power, victims of politics, and prisoners of tradition. Their stories remind us that behind every throne is a world we rarely see. The cost of empire often falls heaviest on those with the softest voices.